So, just come out of a Quiet Place part prequel. It wasn't part 2, it was part 3, but prequel. So God, I look like a vampire. So, it was all right. It wasn't bad. Really weird. First note, really weird choice of ending music. There's what's he called? Who sings it? And I'm feeling good. Da-na, da-na. Trust me, in that film, no one is feeling good. No one's actually feeling anymore. So it was a really random sort of outro. I have a burning question. Now, don't watch any of what I'm about to say if you don't want a spoiler, or skip forward a few seconds. But why, at the end, when she helps him get to the boat, so she goes around smashing car windows, he legs it, gets to the boat, she stays behind. The creatures, they don't go for her, so they're all around her, jumping up and down, but she just sits or slumps against a car, just watching him go off and get on the boat. I'm like, just go! For fuck's sake. Also very inconvenient that he pegs it towards a fence that's got a hole perfectly cut out for his body shape and style to get through. He'd never made it to the boat otherwise. Now, the guy, what's his name? I just caught it on the credits. Is it Joseph Quinn? Something Quinn. I've never seen him before, but he's really, think Ron Weasley, brunette, and about 30 years older. He's I really warmed to his character. His face is really he's got his wide eyes and sort of, it's just really effective. It's like a caricature. And his character has an anxiety attack during the film a couple of times actually, which was really added a real touch of just a touch of realism basically to the film. Most of the time people are just pegging it left, right and centre from monsters, and no sort of human feeling or sort of effects are taken into account. But this was really, I felt a bit emotional actually watching that. What was I going to say? The points. So it mixes it up nicely. Because I thought the whole film would just be in sheer silence. Side note: amazing how Emily Blunt's character and her husband and kids in the other films are complete silence. In this film, you just got chat, not overly obvious, but people are chatting all over the place, or whispering. They're also walking up and down in their shoes, which in the other films, Emily literally has to wear bare feet. Use bare feet. It just didn't really... it wasn't really convincing in that sense. Plus the fact that middle of New York, hundreds. There's a scene where the camera pans across and bird's eye view. Hundreds of people just obviously they're in silence, but they're walking towards. Surely nothing happens. So they're walking up this street, and it's like The Walking Dead basically. But the monsters are clinging to the buildings above them, and they can't hear a fucking thing. Surely they would be able to pick up on hundreds of people, whether they're being very quiet or not. Surely the monsters would have picked up on that. Is that what they call monsters? I think the deaf girl in the other films refers to them as monsters, doesn't she? This was just a normal film, whereas the other two added real sheer touch of originality and quality by being almost completely in silence all the way through. This one, it sort of breaks into music and stuff, so it's like a standard film. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a real intense fight for survival type thing. What I was about to say was it blends nicely sort of drama and a lot of feeling, because the lead character, she's in a state, and it's brilliant how it sort of balances it. So you've got sort of emotion, then you've got intensity, then emotion again. That's good. What else is there? Not much. I don't think. Well, I mean, there was a lot to the film, but that's my biggest thing though. I always like sort of nitpick. I always pick out bits that I'm just like, oh, but you wouldn't do that, that he wouldn't run there, she wouldn't say that kind of thing. I had that a few times throughout this film. The bit where they're in the bar and he does the card trick, it was so cute. There was something about this guy, his character, he was adorable, and sort of just he had me captivated, basically. So I think that's it, really. Not much else to review. I think that's it. That's all I got. I'll do a full review at some stage. The nest. Was it a nest? When his character goes into the fiery bit and there's those like eggs all over the floor. I thought they were pumpkin. I thought he'd like walked into a pumpkin patch at first, but whatever. That was it. Sort of. I don't know. That was a bit odd because one of the eggs hatches and the monster sort of looks at it, and then the camera cuts away, and then that's all you get. So there's like, it touches upon like that they've sort of laid their family all over the place, but then it cut away from it and just carried on. It's worth a watch, definitely, if you like intensity and a sort of slice of emotion with sci-fi, basically. I bet I'm going to stop filming this and think of something else to say. Probably not. But yeah, for me, it's the whole how the other two films, they have to be in absolute. They create their own sign language to communicate in the other two, but in this, they're just sort of not outright chatting, but there's conversations going on, and those fucking monsters got massive ears. Do you know what I mean? So, that was quite interesting. The water. So I wasn't aware, I don't think. There's a bit, the ending scene with the boats at the end of the second film, is it? I can't remember if the monsters were around, but they're afraid of water. So I didn't actually know that. So there's like various characters are hiding behind fountains or in the river and stuff. That's quite good. I'm often wondering in films like this how long it takes for the characters to actually establish that the monsters can only hear and not see. So when she wakes up at the beginning of the film, when she wakes up in this communal sort of bit, I just wonder, like, it's nuts because there's so much panic obviously going on with these monsters zipping all over the place that you're going to have to fucking decide on the fact that they can't hear pretty damn quick and then adapt to it, aren't you? And that was another thing. Fucking hell, 8 minutes. Another thing was the opening. Oh my God. As soon as it came up, A Quiet Place, day one, I was like, oh right, the film hasn't started yet. Like, because the opening is really quite, like, it's intense and it's proper action packed. It's brilliant. I forgot that it hadn't properly started with the title and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, cool. Good enough. But that dude, he had me like engaged all the way through. He's brilliant, and I think his character's from Kent, he said. So my neck of the woods, kind of, just across and up a bit. But that was really random. A guy from Kent in the middle of New York. I mean, it does probably happen, obviously, but yeah, it was just random. Out of 10. Out of 10. 5. A 5, 6 at a push out of 10. It's intense enough, but there's like one or two sort of disbelieving bits. I mean, obviously a film like this is going to have disbelieving bits, but it wasn't structured like the other two at all. I didn't really get. It was just all, squished into New York. There's like believable and unbelievable bits. It's just, yeah, the emotion mixed with sci-fi was decent, and the actors brought a superb performance. But otherwise, I think overall it just sort of happened, and I haven't just walked out thinking, wow, that was a blockbuster. Although I might have started crying during the bloke's anxiety attack, because it was kind of emotional, his face and everything. I love this guy. I've got to look him up. So yeah, 5, 6 at a push.